So I was working and I was talking to a director from NHK Radio, and I found myself in completely unknown territory. This is that must be actually TBS. Oh, the TBS building. Can you see? Well, it doesn't matter really. So if this happens, I mean, Tokyo is such a complicated city, and you never know. So last time I talked about diversity, but today probably I will talk about diverse complexity, because life is so complex and we tend to ignore the complexity, at our own risk, and that's not really good. I mean, we tend to apply a linear model to life. So when something happens, we tend to think that that something would continue in tendency, and but that's not the case typically. Typically, something quite different would happen, and that's what's interesting about life. So I've been walking through this backyard, but just there you have the main road, and there are cars, and you can see here that's TBS. That's TBS. One of the main TV stations in Japan. So so that's TBS. But here you have this really quiet residential area, which I have never imagined existed. So so a city is a place where you can adapt all this complexity, and so is life. In life, sometimes you would be walking through the busy street, life in the fast lane, but then life would suddenly start to halt, and you would be walking slowly, and things would happen, things wouldn't happen, and that's life, and that's what makes life so interesting. So we sometimes fail to acknowledge this complexity. The fact that things can change very rapidly, and I've come to a busy street that maybe I should be stopping. I should stop talking here, because there are people, and they would feel there's this strange guy, and there's a policeman even. So I will stop recording for the moment. Yeah, this is a busy street. So in order to appreciate the complexity of life, you really need to make a keen observation, and you need to be free from any quick, premature value judgments, because that would obscure your eyes. You should see things as they are clearly, without making hasty judgments, and only then will life's complexity be apparent to you. So the same is true for you yourself. If you judge yourself too hastily in terms of some evaluation function, then you cannot really appreciate the complexity that is inherent in you. So don't make judgments too hastily, and I regard that as one of the most. Oh, here's a supermarket. Things change so abruptly while you are walking in Tokyo. There's a really busy street, night district. I'm quite amazed how quickly life changes. You realize that while walking on the streets of Tokyo.